Gotu Kola has become one of the most popular nootropic supplements for boosting cognition and at the same time reducing levels of stress. And I've been using 120 milligrams twice a day for the past 60 days, but I'm sad to say that I really haven't seen much of a difference. So for this nootropic supplement, I would personally give it a thumbs down, but I'll be sharing with you the benefits and how to take it during this video. I'm the Nootropic Reviewer. Make sure to subscribe if you do get value from this video. It's a perennial plant that's grown across areas of Asia, Africa, and Australia, but something that you want to watch out for is the fact that it can actually attract chemical pollutants. And this is because it's primarily grown in wet areas. And you'll notice that with Gotu Kola, it's one of the safer nootropic supplements out there. You can ingest it through teas, you can ingest it in food as well, but most commonly it's going to be in one of the extracts in supplement form. And this is a great paper done on Gotu Kola. They actually took a number of different studies so they could summarize the information for us and better help us understand what the benefits were. And something that did intrigue me was the fact that a lot of people ingest Gotu Kola expecting some sort of immediate benefit, but that's really not the case. Really, all the research tells us that the longer that we take the supplement for, the more likely it is that we're also going to notice a benefit. And we've also found in anecdotes, a lot of people ingest Gotu Kola, but they need to take more than the recommended dose. Overall, through looking at this though, I think the studies were pretty disappointing because they measured different measures of cognition, such as information processing and quality of life. Quality of life, of course, being subjective, it's your reported mood. Are you feeling good? Are you feeling minimal stress? How are you feeling and how's your level of optimism? And information processing, how much information can you process before you feel overwhelmed and need to take a break? There were, however, no findings with benefits for things like attention and concentration, executive function, and working memory. And something which may be a little bit obvious is the fact that Gotu Kola worked a lot better for elder individuals and individuals that had ADHD versus healthy young individuals like myself. This study over here, though, did show a benefit with alertness and contentness in healthy females. But in this study, they were taking a pretty high dose. We've also found there are some benefits around mood, specifically around anxiety, if you're taking doses as high as 500 milligrams twice a day for a very prolonged period. I don't come across many nootropics like Gotu Kola where the reviews are so mixed. It seems highly individual in the sense of some people notice an immediate benefit, some people take it and notice a benefit after several weeks. I mean, there's people that notice it has benefits with giving them energy, and then there's some people noticing that there's benefits with relaxation, which is the complete opposite. And the reason that I personally would give it a thumbs down is because people often compare Gotu Kola with Bacopa Monnieri. I'm a very big fan of Bacopa Monnieri. It really helps me with reducing levels of stress and also improving my memory at the same time. So I don't personally find any need to substitute my Bacopa Monnieri with Gotu Kola, but a lot of people don't respond well to Bacopa Monnieri in that they feel a little bit demotivated. So those individuals may see better results taking something like Gotu Kola, but I don't even find Gotu Kola being anywhere as strong as Bacopa Monnieri. When I ingest Bacopa Monnieri, I instantly feel a little bit more alert and I'm able to have like a level of clear-mindedness without having to take stimulants like caffeine. I've talked more about Bacopa Monnieri in this video over here. It's not a perfect nootropic, but I definitely like it more over Gotu Kola because quite simply, I didn't really notice anything working, and that's after 60 days. Another nootropic supplement that people may compare Gotu Kola to is ashwagandha. I like that with Gotu Kola versus ashwagandha and Bacopa Monnieri. It seems pretty free of side effects, all things considered. People take it for long durations. Very rarely you'll hear about any negative instances. Some of the common side effects include nausea, headaches, but even these two side effects are pretty rare. You just simply may not notice Gotu Kola working. If there was one way in which I may consider using Gotu Kola for myself based on how I responded was actually using it for sleep. And I'm not the only person that has reported this. Other people have experienced getting vivid dreams and sleeping deeper when taking Gotu Kola prior to sleeping. So a dosage protocol that may work for that. Again, I don't recommend it, but it could be something like taking 120 milligrams 1 hour prior to going to sleep before making sure that Gotu Kola does not energize you. Again, your experience may not be like mine with this nootropic supplement. This user on Reddit says that Gotu Kola is incredible because they were on kratom, they were experiencing withdrawals from it. Kratom being a very powerful nootropic supplement that individuals do take to reduce levels of anxiety, but also not being a healthy nootropic, so they substituted it with Gotu Kola and they're seeing much better results. And they were only taking just a little bit over 100 milligrams per day, which is, all things being considered, a pretty small dose. There's a lot of claims that Gotu Kola can improve memory, but most, if not all, of the research points to it helping with memory in rats, but the research done on humans is weak, if not non-existent, showing that it can potentially boost memory. So really this nootropic supplement may be better for general health. Let's say if you're not responding well to other nootropics, you don't mind spending the money. It's not that expensive, which is good, but I'm not for taking all these nootropic supplements. As many of you know, I'm already consuming quite a few. But the individuals that may have a little bit of anxiety, maybe aren't performing as well as they would like to at work, and perhaps you've tried some other nootropic supplements, then Gotu Kola could be a great option for you. And the supplement is generally going to come in 100 milligram capsules. I would start off on the safe side, take 100 milligrams once a day. Try that for several days. Make sure that you're responding okay to it. It doesn't matter whether you take it in a fasted state or a fed state. I wouldn't take it late at night the first few times you take it, just because of the risk of it keeping you up or disrupting your sleep. And then if you respond okay to it, then you can gradually work your way up to ultimately be taking 100 milligrams 2 to 3 times a day. Be patient with it. Be very patient with it, actually, because you may not even notice results after 1 week. Some of the studies showed us that you would have to wait a full month for you to notice some of the benefits. So I think 2 weeks is pretty fair. And then a lot of individuals actually don't cycle off Gotu Kola, which is a practice that I don't recommend. I would say you're better off taking a little bit of time off of it. Try it in a cadence of going 2 months on, followed by 2 weeks off. And if you enjoy it, then you can repeat that same protocol. And some other great nootropics that it may go well with are taking it with caffeine. If you want that stimulant, you want that energy boost. Of course, be mindful of the fact that with caffeine, it will cause jitteriness. It will, in most cases, cause some sort of energy crash. And a couple other great nootropics to consider ingesting with would be alpha GPC and Noopept. Alpha GPC being really good for executive function, for thinking, for planning skills. I've talked about it more over here. And Noopept being very good for giving you a little bit of alertness and some motivation, which we all need to get us doing those harder tasks. If you did get value from this video, consider subscribing and drop a like. You all know me for the honest reviews, and that's my review on this popular supplement. And if you'd like to speak with me one-on-one, you can do so over on Patreon, Instagram DMs, or you can visit our Discord server, which has a 24/7 chat room. We're answering questions in a time-sensitive fashion and having a whole lot of fun. I thank you for your interest in nootropics and look forward to seeing you next time.